So here's how you can record yourself running on a treadmill and without a treadmill at home that you can use for your virtual visits and for your running form assessment with myself or one of our other movement and running experts. So we're going to show you again with and without a treadmill, and also with a tripod and without a tripod. Tripods are the best, but you can have a friend hold the phone. You just have to make sure they're holding it steady. So first thing is with the treadmill, zero it out. Do not have any incline to it, because at the incline, it's just going to change the way you run. So make sure that treadmill is zeroed out on the dashboard there. Here's the goal. From the back view, this is what you want it to look like on the phone. You want to look, I tend to get, this is probably about 3 feet off the ground, but I want to be able to see your feet hitting the ground. I also want to be able to see what your head is doing. So I want to make sure you are completely in frame here. You're right, you're not, you can be a little bit off center, but make sure the whole body is completely in frame. And even when you're bouncing a little bit up and down, I can still see the top of your head. I still want to see that space. So what we'll do is we'll set the tripod up. I'll grab this guy for you. We'll set this guy up right here. I'd lower this down. I'll show you where I'd probably put this one. Probably right around here. Have that lined up perfectly. You can have the light, that doesn't matter too much, but it's gonna be facing that way. And again, you want this to be, there's typically this little level on the iPhone, tends to be around here, but you wanna make sure it's nice and leveled out. I tend to record it for around, I tend to do it for like around 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds if you really wanna get some extra on there, but do 5 to 10 seconds, and then what we'll do is, that's the back view. From the side view, we'll head over here. The side view, we tend to be, I'm a little bit more cramped for space here, but I'll do the exact same thing. I want to get the from the whole swing of your foot from the front, from initial contact, all the way to the back. I don't want the foot clipped off at all. Try to get all the foot. And I don't really need your head as much in this one. You can bounce a little bit. I can lose the head, but I do want to be able to see your torso, your hip, and definitely your feet from initial contact to push off and swing face. So make sure the same thing, I'm doing the same exact thing here with the tripod setup. You can go maybe a little bit lower with this one, depending on what you have for space. But again, if I'm set up here, here's what this would look like if I set it up here. It's probably going to be pretty similar. It would go right in here, boom, and you get a very similar view. I might go back a little bit with this, but again, make sure that phone is not tilted. It can't to the side. Try your best to make sure it's nice and leveled out. So again, there's like a leveler here on the phone that should help you find that nice neutral position. Other views, exact same thing. My side view here, it's pretty tough to get. I'm a little bit cramped for space. So what I do, a little bit bright over here, but what I'll actually do is, I actually hold the phone here, and I just make sure it's nice and level. I do the best I can. I'll actually get one here, and then I'll just angle it up, make sure I don't lose the zero it out, and I'll be able to get, what your upper torso and your shoulder and your hip are doing. But I do want to make sure, try to get that full swing phase from initial contact to push off. And then the last one, this isn't as important. I still like to do it. I'll get over here. I'll get in the front, get this ball out of here. We don't need that. But this one, love using the tripod here. If you don't have a tripod, you kind of have to get in here and put the phone on your knee. But I'll get this front view, and the back view tells us most of this is just a different angle of it. And I try to get the treadmill perfectly centered in the phone. And again, I'm looking at, for now, I won't be able to see as much of the upper body. You'll probably maybe get half of it, but you'll be able to see the hips. You'll be able to see what the feet are doing, where they're contacting the ground. Pretty important step, but a great way to just kind of supplement that back view as the front view. And then sometimes I'll come up here. I'll hold it. I don't really put this on a tripod. I just get nice and steady. I want to see, hey, what's your upper body doing from the front? You can smile at the camera as well. Totally cool. But this is how I record. This is how I want you to record your running form at home. I would get 2 different speeds. Get a slow speed and a fast speed. Get like your easy pace. And then if you're familiar with marathon training, that's a good pace to shoot for. Maybe like if you're doing a tempo run, maybe get one at tempo pace, but definitely get one at an easy pace and a faster pace. And this is actually the same exact thing for when you're doing it outside. So that's how we do it in here. And again, 5 to 10 seconds per side. Just make sure that phone is flat. A couple key things to take away from this. If you're gonna do it outside, if you don't have a treadmill, try to find a flat road. Try not to be angled, like not up or downhill too much. Make sure it's flat and do the exact same thing. The side view, right? If I'm gonna record someone running outside, pretend you have the window over here on the. I know it's kind of blurry to see, but if I'm out here recording, what I'll do is we'll be set up. and we'll have the, right, let's say if I'm gonna have someone on the road here, just make sure you don't, you don't wanna get hit by anything. Set it down, level it out, have someone run through, run back, run through, run back. I do it twice, because sometimes I step out of frame or I have a bad angle, and I'll probably get a little bit closer too. Get right on the edge of the road when you do this. And then what I'll do is, they're gonna run away from me. So if I'm here, the phone on my knee or on the tripod, they'll run right next to me, and then cut right into the middle, and they'll just run directly away. And then they'll probably go, I don't know, about 60 feet, at most 100 feet, turn around, come directly at me, run directly at me at those two different speeds, right? You'll do it twice. And then at the end, they'll just kick right off to the side, just don't run into me. So that is how, that's how I'm gonna have you guys do your running form assessments. If you have any questions, please let me know. But this is how you do them. Good luck.